Tour de France update. Pogačar set to win GC. Kuss and Visma-Lease bikes efforts not enough. The latest update from the Tour de France reveals a gripping scenario. Despite the valiant efforts of Sepp Kuss from Durango, the Visma-Lease bike team is facing an uphill battle against Tadej Pogačar, who is poised to clinch the general classification GC title. As we approach the final stage in Paris this Sunday, it's clear that Visma is in a strong position to secure the team title. But the individual victory seems increasingly out of reach for their leader, Jonas Vingegaard. Currently, Vingegaard trails Pogačar by a significant margin of 4 minutes and 24 seconds after 20 stages of intense competition. With only one stage left, which is a flat route leading into the heart of Paris, the chances of closing that gap appear slim. Kuss has played a crucial role as a domestique, supporting Vingegaard throughout the challenging mountain stages. However, despite their teamwork, Vingegaard's struggles during Stage 5's time trial and Stage 12 have proven to be detrimental. "We more or less tried everything we could," Kuss shared in an interview with Velo. "There's always a point when it just comes down to if you have the legs or not, and we could try it when we could." This highlights the physical demands of the race, where sheer endurance and strength often dictate the outcome. In Stage 20, Kuss completed a grueling 184.2 kilometers from Nantua to Pontarlier, finishing in 99th place, 22 minutes and 17 seconds behind the stage winner, Caden Groves, who celebrated his first Tour stage victory after breaking away from a group with just 17 kilometers to go. Following this stage, Kuss slipped to 17th in the overall GC standings, having previously reached as high as 12th. He now finds himself 1 hour, 20 minutes and 24 seconds behind Pogačar. Quinn Simmons, another rider from Durango, has also faced challenges in the latter part of the Tour. Competing for Lidl-Trek, he finished 107th in Stage 20, trailing Groves by the same 22 minutes and 17 seconds. Simmons currently sits in 59th place in the GC, 3 hours, 17 minutes and 45 seconds behind Pogačar, with his best performance being a 9th place finish in Stage 11, which briefly placed him 36th in the overall standings. An unexpected twist occurred on Friday when Stage 19 was modified due to a contagious disease outbreak among cattle along the route. Although the start in Albertville and the finish in La Plagne remained unchanged, the stage distance was reduced from 129.9 kilometers to 95 kilometers. In this shortened stage, Kuss finished 37th, 15 minutes and 23 seconds behind the stage winner, Thymen Arensman, while Simmons came in 81st, 23 minutes and 38 seconds behind. As the competition stands after 20 stages, Jonathan Milan from Lidl-Trek leads the points classification for the green jersey with 352 points, followed by Pogačar with 272 points and Biniam Girmay with 213 points. Simmons is currently in 8th place with 123 points. In the King of the Mountain classification, Pogačar leads with 117 points, closely followed by Vingegaard with 104 points. Additionally, Florian Lipowitz has extended his lead in the youth classification to 1 minute and 3 seconds over Oscar Onley, with Visma-Lease bike in a strong position to claim the team title, holding a lead of 24 minutes and 26 seconds over Pogačar's UAE Team Emirates-XRG. The final stage promises to be an exciting conclusion to this year's Tour de France. What do you think about the strategies employed by the teams? Do you believe Vingegaard could have done anything differently to close the gap on Pogačar? Share your thoughts in the comments. Visma's tactics backfired. How UAE dominated the 2025 Tour de France. In the 2025 Tour de France, the Maillot Jaune once again belonged to a fierce battle between Tadej Pogačar and UAE Team Emirates-XRG, with Jonas Vingegaard and Team Visma Visma-Lease bike, taking turns to challenge the leader. After UAE secured victory, team boss Joxian Matsin, https:/cyclinguptodate/Joxian Matsin has now added a bitter punch to his rival's defeat. The race began with Visma pushing relentlessly at the front, aiming to wear down Pogačar's strength before the mountains. But the reality was far different. Pogačar not only absorbed every attack, but also proved himself the strongest in the climb, securing his fourth Maillot jaune in a career already marked by triumphs. Matsin, reflecting on the race in a Velo blog post, said, Visma's strategy was to wear out Pogačar with relentless attacks, but they ended up wearing themselves out instead. He described the team's tactics as a battle of attrition, which backfired as they exhausted their energy. In contrast, UAE adopted a more cautious defensive approach. Maxim explained, we were almost predictable in our racing because we only attacked at the right moments. Having the world's best cyclist in the squad made our tactics even more effective. Their strategy was not one size fits all. UAE also claimed the polka dot jersey and 5 stage wins, 4 by Pogačar and 1 by Tim Wellens. https://Tim Wellens. Maxim emphasized, our goal was always the yellow jersey. After 4 victories, winning one more stage wasn't as important as staying focused on the race itself. Sometimes that's not the most exciting way to race, but it's the most coherent. Wellens ensured Pogačar wasn't the only stage winner for UAE. He said, we always tried to stay calm and wait for the right moment to push, attack, or control the race. Timing was everything. I believe we did that in this tour. The most concerning aspect for rivals was that UAE didn't feel Pogačar was at his peak in 2025. Matsin stated, today can still improve. Last year, we thought he had room to grow. With better nutrition, position, and controlled training, we've seen these improvements. Small gains add up, but now today is at his best. Matsin acknowledges that Pogačar isn't the only rider who can rise. Not just Vingegaard, but the entire peloton. Everyone talks about the record on Mont Ventoux, but 4 riders broke the record there. Bikes, nutrition, training and recovery all have improved. Every team and rider has gotten better over the years. Cycling, Matsin concludes, is like climbing. Sometimes it's easy downhill, other times steep and challenging. Now, with a rider like Tadej Pogačar, considered the best in the world, people are lucky to compete in such a high-stakes race. But will the next tour see another fierce showdown, or will the pace slow down? The answer lies in the hands of the riders, the teams, and the luck that keeps the sport thrilling. Sepp Kuss on Tour de France 2025, Visma's tactics and Vingegaard's battle against Pogačar. Sepp Kuss. Visma and Vingegaard gave their all to defeat Pogačar. Nantua, France, Velo. Sepp Kuss, a key domestique for Visma-Lease bike, reflects on the team's efforts to dethrone Tadej Pogačar at the Tour de France. Despite their best attempts, Pogačar proved too strong. We more or less tried everything we could, Kuss says. There's always a point where it just comes down to if you have the legs or not, and we could try it when we could. I think we can be more or less satisfied with how things went. Kuss played a crucial role in the Alpine stages, setting a punishing pace on climbs like the Col de la Madeleine. However, Pogačar had an answer for all their tactics. Visma-Lease bike attempted to crack Pogačar in various terrains, but his strength prevailed. When you're up against a guy like Pogačar, you can be as inventive as you want, but there's a point where you just need to beat him fair and square, Kuss admits. Despite Vingegaard's impressive performances on Mont Ventoux, Col de la Loze and La Planche, he lost decisive time in the Stage 5 time trial and Stage 12 to Hautacam. Nevertheless, Kuss found the challenge of outsmarting Pogačar enjoyable. There's always moments where you would do it differently, but that's also part of racing, he reflects. Looking ahead, Kuss is already preparing for the Vuelta a España, where he will support Vingegaard's bid for Grand Tour glory. The Tour is always the best training for the Vuelta, he laughs.